With an introduction like that, I always feel like I need to show a picture of Scout, the dog. So that's him. He's almost perfect. He's small. He's cute. He doesn't bark. He doesn't shed. He's hypoallergenic. He always, and I mean always, poops in the neighbor's yard. He's great. He's not perfect, though. This is a sign that's near our house. My wife and I walk Scout every day. And after we walked by this sign a couple of times, we noticed Scout engaging in some naughty behavior. My wife snapped a picture of it. There he is. So I thought, well, I can't really get mad at Scout because when I was younger, I could be a bit of a stinker. See if you can pick me out of my third grade class picture. So there I was. And yeah, that was before Photoshop, so I got in a lot of trouble there. All right, so let's get on point. Laughter and humor. I want to share some benefits. There are many. Research tells us that. When we incorporate more laughter and humor into our lives, when we laugh and we're with other people like this, we tend to build stronger social connections with them. And think about how it makes you feel. When you laugh, you feel good. It elevates your mood. It elevates your spirit. Studies show us that laughter can help decrease stress, can help decrease anxiety. There's lots of benefits. Think about laughter in the workplace and engaging your employees and improving productivity. I can tell you from experience, laughter can have a profound impact on your life. My wife and I have been married for 23 years, and at the end of the second year of our marriage, we had a tough first 2 years. At the end of our second year, we were talking about separation and getting a divorce. That's how bad it was. We got married young. My wife was pretty immature when we got married, and I'm still pretty immature today. But I knew we were in trouble, honestly, because I was going through some engagement photos of ours and some wedding pictures. And this is my favorite engagement photo back from the early 90s. And I turned the page and I look like she's been writing on my face. So I knew something was wrong. This is my favorite wedding photo of ours. And then I turned the page and I'm like, that's just not right. So one thing that we did 21 years ago, we started incorporating laughter and humor into our lives every day. Every day. We listened to comedians, we watched funny shows, we read funny things together, and we still do that today. Tonight, when I get home, 8:30, we're going to tell our kids to get away from us, go to their rooms, we're going to make a bowl of popcorn, we're going to mix a drink, we're going to sit down and watch a funny show. We've been doing that for 21 years, and it has changed our lives together. I love to encourage people to search out humor in places that maybe they wouldn't think they could find humor. So I go to church every weekend. Anyone else go to church? So yeah, I go to church. Usually I pay attention. Sometimes if my ADD kicks in and I'm in church, I have to do something, so I read the bulletin. Here are some funny things found in church bulletins. The sermon this morning, Jesus walks on the water. The sermon tonight, searching for Jesus. Potluck supper, Sunday at 5 p.m., prayer and medication to follow. For those of you who have children and don't know it, we have a nursery downstairs. The ladies of the church have cast off clothing of every kind. They may be seen in the basement on Friday afternoon. Low self-esteem support group will meet Thursday at 7 p.m. Please use the back door. And last one, ladies, don't forget the rummage sale. It's a chance to get rid of those things not worth keeping around the house. Bring your husbands. One day I was sitting actually on the internet looking at engagement photos, not of mine, but other people's, and I found some funny ones. My kids came by and my wife came by. We spent like an hour doing that. So again, searching out humor. I just have a few to share. Look at the names. Hunt, Capture, More Bacon, Gory Butcher, Hearty Har. One of my favorites is Poor Sap. Another favorite is Crap Beer. For those of you from Wisconsin, these people are from Wisconsin. My all-time favorite is Long Wee Wee. My wife was like, Brian, you can't use that in a presentation. I'm like, it was in the paper. Or classified ads, I could show you dozens. I'm just going to share one. My favorite is full-size mattress, Royal Tonic, 20-year warranty, like new, slight urine smell, but only $40. Sometimes my kids and I fight in the morning to get the paper. Another thing I love to encourage people to do is make things fun and interesting and creative. I've taught college classes for many years, so I try to do that as well, just like Julie. And this might be for a new employee orientation. It might be for staff meetings. It might be for, you name it, a report or a presentation to your board of directors. And I speak on health-related topics, so I try to do that. I try to make that fun and interesting. I'm going to ask you 3 simple questions. True or false questions. I just want you to answer them in your head. Here's the first one. True or false? Americans have more free time today than they did in 1965. Don't say it out loud. True or false? Answer that in your head. Who says false? Raise your hand. All right. Good. That's an easy one. Oh, the answer is actually true. Look in the upper right-hand corner. It's crazy because if you ask someone, hey, how you doing? They say, I'm so busy. Yeah. The average American watches how many hours of TV a day? Any idea? 4. Thank you, whoever said that. Yeah, we get married. There's lots of reasons for this. Researchers tell us that we have 3 to 5 hours per week more free time than we did 50 or 60 years ago. We get married later in life, more free time. We have fewer children today, more free time. How many of you got that right? Very good. All right, question number 2. True or false? Eating turkey makes you drowsy. Don't say it out loud. It's kind of an easy one. Who says true? Raise your hand really high. Yeah, most of you, lots of you. Answer is false. So what's that evil stuff in turkey? Tryptophan. Yeah, tryptophan's an amino acid. It can cause you to be drowsy. Truth is, you would need to consume about 15 pounds of pure turkey to take in enough tryptophan to make you drowsy. So there's as much tryptophan in things like cheese and pork and eggs and beans as there is in turkey. Say that again. There's as much tryptophan in beans as there is in turkey. When was the last time you heard somebody say, oh, I'm really tired. I just had a bunch of beans. Never have you heard anybody say that. So another way to incorporate humor and laughter into your life is to have children. It's one of my kids' favorite jokes. I just have to share this. It's about beans. The average number of beans to put in an Irish bean soup is what? 239. Correct. Very good. Because anything else would be too farty. I know, it's child humor, but stuff like that makes me laugh. So why does turkey get such a bad rap, do you think? Yeah, you eat so much. You eat like 2 or 3 plates, and then you unbutton your pants, and then you eat another plate, and then you're drinking wine. You walk over to the couch, and you sit down, and you watch what? Football. And then, 15 minutes later, you're like, you're out. Hour and a half later, you wake up like, it's the turkey. Turkey didn't do it. All right, one more question. True or false? Swallowing gum is dangerous and should be avoided. Swallowing gum is dangerous and should be avoided. Who says true? Couple people. Who says false? Raise your hands high. Very good. So yeah, the answer actually is false. Gum is primarily fiber, so if you chew it and swallow it, your body's going to break it down a little bit, but it's not going to stay in your stomach for, how many years did your mom say? 7 years. Anyone heard that when they were young? Yeah, it's going to clog up in there. It's going to be in there for 7 years. Absolutely not. So not 7 years, not 7 months or weeks or even 7 days. Usually it takes probably, 12, 13, 14 hours, and then it's going to be gone. All right. So I would say, just be careful, though, if you do swallow some gum and then you decide to go exercise, you go to the gym, especially one of those exercise classes, because it can get to be a little messy. So take a look at the picture here. Yeah, one of my favorite pictures of all time. All right. Before I go there, I want to do that activity again. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to think, 1, not very good, 10, really, really good. Pick a number. How do you feel right now? Write that down next to the other number if you wrote it down. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel right now? So if your second number was higher than the first number, raise your hand really high. Yeah, that's probably 50, 60% of you in the room. And what have we done for the last 8 or 9 minutes? We've just laughed a little bit. So I'm going to leave you with some takeaways. Trust me when I tell you there is laughter and humor around you. Search it out and find it. That might be your spouse or your partner, might be your children, might be your workplace, might be your church, your newspaper, your friends, the sports teams that your kids are around. Search it out because it's there. Number 2, Are you or someone you know too serious? Raise your hand really high. If you or someone you know is too serious, yeah, a few of you say that. So I think many times we just have to give ourselves permission to lighten up a little bit, to relax a little bit. Give yourself permission to laugh and enjoy humor. And finally, just if you take nothing away from the last 10 or 12 minutes, take that last point away. If you can incorporate more laughter and more humor into your life, it will likely result both in better mental and physical health. That's all I have. Thank you.
Wasn't that awesome?